Hey, um, hi YouTube. It is Larry and Leslie Pushaw show number 223 on April 29th, 2025. The show will start at 7 o'clock. It is now 6:48. YouTube is starting. Yeah. No, that's not right. What? Hey, everybody. We are up um, our 223rd show. April 29th, 2025. Larry and Leslie at Pushaw. It's 6:51. And we are going to get going pretty soon. Let's get this tuned up. Hi, Rosemary. How are you? 2 weeks. Yeah, we were in New York.
Hey, Rosemary.
We went to the Edge. It's a 101-story glass-bottomed observation deck, which is freaky. Ted got us to go there, and our son Ted got us to go there, and we were better people for it. Cost a little bit, but we took a picture. We took a picture of Ted. Hi, Lona. That is a picture of our son Ted. We got that. We got that in Central Park, which is kind of cool.
Let me see.
And
He looks tired.
he does look tired. He does look tired. He was tired.
He was. I'm sharing it out in my groups and to my people.
I'll show it later. How are you, Lona? And Rosemary?
Alona. Thanks, Bob.
Bob McGee?
Yes.
Oh, good. Looking
And
forward to that
Alona,
show at the.
Alona will be on and off.
Looking forward to that show at the. Judy Fricky.
Yep.
We sent her the.
I sent it to Marianne. I'm not sure. Sister Marianne. I got to go through my groups. I'm in all these groups that I don't even know what they are.
How are you?
Okay.
We it was a bit of a haul because we had people that had different ways of dealing with the world around them. Hi Brad. I like planning things and making sure everything is good. And Ted likes flying by the seat of his pants.
It was very intense.
It was intense. It was tough. But he was across the street at another hotel, so it wasn't that tough.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. How are
I
you?
didn't send it to you because I know that
Hi,
you're usually
Susan.
doing stuff. Hi, Sue. How was your birthday, Sean? I think you turned the same age as me, maybe a year or two younger. I hope you had a good birthday. Nice. The older we get, the more chill. The more it's nice to have a chill birthday. I forgot the sage. So it's a beautiful day here in Maine. It was a lovely
I'm
70,
glad you're awesome
72
because we're
degrees.
awesome too. We're
It
awesome.
was an awesome birthday.
We
It's just his
I
birthday.
just had a little discussion with Paul today about getting more stuff with the documentary. It's actually coming together. We're going to do a 45-minute version for film festivals.
The documentary that
So-
never was
But it will be.
and will be.
It will be. It's now 6:59. We're getting there.
Ready?
Yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to go.
Green stuff.
Oh, we got to get the green stuff off. I will do that.
Oh, you know where I forgot to send it? Hang on a minute.
The green stuff is off. There it is. Music therapy for everyone. You know, it is music therapy. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Hi, Perry. How are you and Rose and the kitties? Thank you for all the good vibes, my dear.
Hi, Fred.
And all the kitty pictures.
How are you?
Hi, Fred. I liked your song that you posted the lyrics to.
Ready? Here we go.
Writing
7
on the
o'clock.
wall.
No, you can't turn around. We're all gonna drown. You say we've been blindsided. Don't act so damn righteous. You were part of the fall. We all dropped the ball. If you look at the path, yeah, didn't answer the call. We hit a wall. Drop the ball. Hit a wall. In a free fall. Hindsight, 20/20 hindsight doesn't make your mind right. You can never go back to a crowd,
To a flight.
to a concert at night, to a flight in the air. No more share,
Ain't no fair.
unaware.
Don't you dare go outside.
Don't you dare go outside. Sad in a time where you won't go outside. Can't hang out with your mates. You can still hear the cries of the ones
Who are lost,
helter-skeltered, and then we just keep on asking, hey, what, where, and when? You can't be
with the others till they get over the deluge.
Nothing left but the refuge. Can't accept the way it just has to be.
Hi, Jane.
Hindsight, 20/20 hindsight doesn't make your mind right. You can never go back to a crowd,
To a flight.
to a concert at night, to a flight in the air. No more share,
Hey, no fair.
unaware.
Don't you dare go outside.
Hindsight, 20/20 hindsight doesn't make your mind right. You can never go back to a crowd,
To a flight.
to a concert at night, to a flight in the air. No more share,
Hey, no fair.
unaware.
Don't you dare go outside.
Side.
Don't you
Don't you
dare.
dare go outside.
Don't you dare. Just don't.
Don't you
Just-
dare go outside.
just don't do it. I don't know why we wrote that. I wrote the words to that. Larry wrote the music. I don't know why I wrote "Don't Go Outside" because that was the place. You know, we wrote that during COVID, and that "Don't Go Outside." That was, we all went outside as much as we could to get outside and you know, meet in distant parks and see other people and wave.
And that was a
And
picture
sing
that
in
we
the
got
park.
in New York City, in Central Park, of son Ted.
Thanks, John.
Very handsome guy.
Yes, he is a handsome guy. It was really nice to
There we
give him
go.
a hug.
Yes.
All he did was take movies and videos and make and take pictures. That's what he does. That's who he is. It's like his his camera and his phone and all the equipment that he uses to be a videographer are extensions of his body and his being. We gave him his first camera when he was like 12, and he's
I got
almost
a little bit of a
40.
cough, but
Yeah, you've been having allergy stuff there for a while, haven't you?
is this the right key?
There is a town in North Ontario. Dream, comfort, memories to spare. In my mind, I still need a place to go. All my changes were there. Blue, blue windows behind the stars. Yellow moon on rise. Big birds flying across the sky. Throwing shadows on our eyes. Leave us helpless, 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 helpless. Baby, can you hear me now? Keep singing helpless. The chains are locked and tied across the door. Baby, sing with me somehow. Blue, blue windows behind the stars. Yellow moon on rise. Big birds flying across the skies. Throwing shadows on our eyes. Leave us helpless, helpless, helpless. Baby, can you hear me now? Chains are locked and tied across the door. Baby, sing with me somehow. Leave us helpless, helpless, helpless. 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 What a pretty song. I love that song. Never hear it. I haven't heard that song. Well, Susie Q did it a while back, but I haven't heard it in a long time. How's the sound, guys and girls? Hi, Deborah. Welcome back. Everybody, welcome back. Hi, Paul. What happened? Hi, Rebecca. Late getting on. You had a lap kitty that you didn't want to move.
Listen to my tragedy. This story I'll unfold about a poor man barred from the life he loves, and up the river so Now I wandered this old world of mine. I've suffered toil and strife. 'Cause when I bet on baseball, ooh, they sentenced me to life. But I'm not just gonna take it, no I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm not just gonna take it left to right. I'm not just gonna take it crying in my beer. Gonna whine and cry till I die to everybody near.
Oh, let me in, Mr. Baseball, let me in.
Oh, let me in, Mr. Baseball. I won't
Sin again, you know that Shoeless Joe bet his team would lose. I bet my team would win.
let me in, Mr. Baseball. Let me in.
You know, hockey game is very fast. Basketball's the same. Football is so passionate, but baseball, it's so lame. You wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. You turn for a little piece of fame.
You need something to do between the pitches.
You know, pitcher shakes off the catcher's sign, shakes him off again. You find your mind wandering to what's hot in the Big Ten. You take Ohio State with 15 points. Now that's a game for men. It hurts so bad, you know it itches. Oh, I'm not just gonna take it, no I'm not.
No, I'm not.
I'm not just gonna take it left to right. Oh no, I'm not just gonna take it crying in my beer. Gonna whine and cry and piss and moan to everybody here. Oh, let me in, Mr. Baseball, let me in.
Oh, let him in.
Let me in, Mr. Baseball, I won't sin again. You know that Shoeless Joe bet his team would lose. I bet my team would win. Bet me in,
Mr. Baseball, let me in. Let me in. Bet me in.
Bet me in. Bet me in. You know, everybody loves me. Everybody does. Everybody wants me back. I'm the best there ever was. You know, the people, they all say so. You don't believe it? Yes, they do. You all bet your 10 to 1, put your money where your mouth is. Oh, I'm not just gonna take it, no I'm not.
No, I'm not.
I'm not just gonna take it left to right, oh no. I'm not just gonna take it crying in my beer. Gonna whine and cry till I die to everybody near. Oh, let me in, Mr. Baseball, let me in.
Oh, let him in.
Let me in, Mr. Baseball, I won't sin again. You know, the people, they all say, Shoeless Joe bet his team would lose. I bet my team would win. Bet me in,
Mr. Baseball, let me in.
oh, let me in, Mr. Baseball, let me in.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh.
And bet you know who that was about. He just passed away a little while ago. Never got in. Never got in.
Nobody had a. He had a quite a restaurant in Miami, didn't he? I guess. I mean, if that counts for anything, I think it does. Sounds okay. Somebody said. Who's feeling helpless? Hi, Dave. How you doing? Glad you're here. Whenever I'm with him, something inside starts to burn in, and I'm filled with desire. Could it be devil in me, or is this the way love's supposed to be? Like a heat wave burning in my heart, can't keep crying, tearing me apart. Whenever he calls my name, soft, low, sweet and plain, I feel, yeah, yeah, well I feel that burning flame. Has a high blood pressure got a hold on me, or is this the way love's supposed to be? Like a heat wave, heat wave, heat wave, ooh, heat wave. Sometimes I stare into space, tears all over my face. Can't explain it, don't understand it. I ain't never felt like this before. Now that funny feeling's got me amazed. I don't know what to do. My head's in a daze, like a heat wave burning in my heart. Can't keep from crying, tearing me apart. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa. Heat wave, yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa. Heat wave, don't pass up this chance. This time it's true romance. Heat wave, ooh, heat wave. Ah, heat wave. Ooh, heat wave. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Heat
That was
wave.
low. That was down low.
Oh yeah, we did. I did it. I
Usually-
did it.
Hello. Usually I do
Hello,
that up
can
3
you
or 4
go?
notes. Puffykin, want to come say hello? Puffy and Crumb Bun have been enjoying the outdoors. Everything's blooming.
So
Chipmunks are blooming and the birds are blooming.
We
and-
went to New York, and we were 2 blocks from Central Park. And
Yes, we just
walked
got back
through
last
Central
night.
Park, and we got accosted by
No, we
the.
got back Sunday.
We got accosted by the
barkers. I call them barkers.
by the people that drove the horse-drawn buggies.
Larry's like, Leslie, would you like to take a little ride on a horse carriage? And then he got up there and saw it was like $125 an hour. And he was
I said,
forget
"You-
it. You're going to walk, honey. Yeah.
So we did that,
We walked.
and
we walked some. And
we saw again. We took Ted to a nephew that we lost 3 years ago, and they made a
It
bench
is
for
Teddy's
him
brother.
on
It was
the
it was
Brooklyn
his brother.
Promenade.
Yeah.
And we on the Brooklyn Promenade, we went over there, took the subway. Leslie said, "I'm not taking the subway anymore." After we walked up and down the stairs like 6 times.
3 miles.
Yeah, and then we went to
That's
the edge.
what you do. Yeah,
and
the edge.
That was
That was
a
funny
kick.
because the edge is 101 floors. You take a it's very visual, and you get up to the top, and it's the glass walled porch, and you walk across the glass and look down through. And Larry wasn't even to go up with us, but it was all very safe. And I held his hand, and we walked across the glass and looked down 100 floors, which was a trip. We got a lot of fun little movies. We'll share some of them. My son has most of them, but so that was a fun little trip. Then we went to see other brothers in further up in New York, but you know what? We're always glad to get home. It's nice to see family. It's nice to see family, but after 3 days, you know what they say.
And then
And,
Ted kept saying, "I want to see Stranger Things. I want to see Stranger Things." And we should have known, because he got
Yeah.
he conned
He did. He conned his uncle and aunt into
into
taking him.
going, and which was fine with us.
He'd never
because
been
we
to a
didn't
Broadway
have to drive
show.
him to, and he missed his flight.
Yeah, he missed his flight back to South America. So
He had to
stayed
stay in the
24
airport for
hours.
24
He had to
hours.
stay awake. God bless him.
This is about Santa Fe, which I love that town.
Hi, Deb. Debbie texted me she's on too. Look, I need a harmonica. Tell me these things.
Yeah.
We're
D.
both Larry and I are both in two different worlds, and once in a while when we sing, we're in the same one.
D.
Keep playing, that's very pretty. All in order.
The plaza's nearly empty, with music floating over from the bistro on the corner. With a torch singer, the lovers are strolling past the fancy art galleries, with musicians in the doorways, strumming music from Mexico. I'm wandering in the Santa Fe evening, with the air so thin, the skies are faded orange, distant thundering. I'm wondering, just wondering.
Gotta find the words. I'll play a solo while you find the words. Ready?
Here we go. The cool of the evening is a high country pleasure, with the smell of the trees through a gentle rain shower. The aroma of coffee from the cafe round the corner, drawing me closer through the people making small talk. I'm wandering in the Santa Fe evening, with the air so thin, skies are faded orange, distant thundering. I'm wondering. Hey. He's playing with the picture. I'm wondering. I'm wondering. I'm wondering. Wondering, just wondering, wondering, I'm wondering in the Santa Fe evening, with the air so thin, the skies are faded orange, distant thundering. I'm wondering, just wondering. Lady, lightly strolling, flowing with the breeze, skirt gently swaying, smiling in the lamplight. The cowboy on a park bench, with his eyes on her, dreaming of an evening, dancing together. Wondering, I'm wondering, in the Santa Fe evening with the air so thin, the skies a faded orange, distant thundering. I'm wondering, just wondering, I'm wondering, in the Santa Fe evening with the air so thin, the skies a faded orange, distant thundering. I'm wondering, just wondering.
Well, there. Got through that one.
Santa Fe is 7,000 feet up, and it's right next to a mountain. And when you go there,
Can't see a thing.
the air is thin.
Yeah. Every time Larry and I go there,
We giggle.
we get there because it makes. It's very
Makes you
thin
giggle
and it makes
because
you get
it's
very high
it's
from the
thin
thin
It's
air,
very
and,
thin.
and you just giggle. People are always like walking around giggling, and there's a lot of romance in the air because everybody's high from no oxygen. Right, Larry?
Yeah. And the plaza is the most
Jeanette, did
beautiful
you get
thing
sound
in the world.
yet?
The plaza.
Turn it on and off.
The plaza is.
Cat was wondering. I know.
There
Hi,
are,
Lorraine. Welcome back.
At night, the stores close, and musicians play in the doorways. They play in the doorways, and there's a woman that's singing this. There's a bistro on the corner with a torch singer blasting out,
How you doing, Chuck?
and lovers are strolling past the fancy art galleries, and musicians are in the doorways, strumming music from Mexico. In fact, I don't know if they're from Mexico because I think a couple of them were from South America,
Yeah.
Peru, but it
That was
sounded like
you
it
wrote
sounded
that
like,
song way
yeah,
before you met me.
Yeah,
You were dreaming of meeting a sweetie, I think. Here's an old song. I wrote this 20, God, how long ago? 20-something years ago? To sing along if you're interested. When I was a child, I lived in the times where the unicorns wandered and the fairy rings glowed. The world wasn't scary, the games were all fun, and it wasn't till later I learned how to run. I lived in the city, I lived in the country, I lived in the woods, and I've lived on the sea. Something I found all my years moving round. Wherever I'm living, there'll always be me. As I got a bit older, the world got much colder. I started to think that to move on was good. Well, I ran and I flew, and I tripped and I slid. found that to move was just something I did. I've lived in the city, I've lived in the country, I've lived in the woods, and I've lived on the sea. Something I found all my years moving round. Wherever I'm living, there'll always be me. Now that I'm older, I sit on my porch in my rocker right down in the woods by the sea. Well, it's right in the country, not far from the city, but it's home and it's here and it's just right for me. I've lived in the city, I've lived in the country, I've lived in the woods, and I've lived on the sea. Something I found all my years moving round. Wherever I'm living, there'll always be me. I've lived in the city, I've lived in the country, I've lived in the woods, and I've lived on the sea. Something I found all my years moving round. Wherever I'm living, there'll always be me. Here, Pumpkin Poncho. Want to get into my lap?
That's a song that's on autopilot. I don't know. We've done it so many times,
Pumpkin Poncho.
and it was
Yeah.
a a theme song for generations.
Yeah, for our folk group. It was. I mean, it's true. Wherever you are, wherever you go, there you are. John Kabat-Zinn wrote a book called Wherever You Go, There You Are. And I think when I was probably reading that and doing some of those, I don't know what they're called, meditations or work things, and that song came in through. I think music, when you write music, I think it comes through. We're just sitting there, and if we're lucky, we have a pen and pencil and a piece of paper, and we can, get some of it and put it down on, share it.
Tom Waits said, "You're sitting in a room,
Come here.
and the window's open, and the songs, they come flying in through the window. And you got to grab them. If you don't grab them, they just go flying out the other window.
Got to grab them
and
like
they're
the kitties.
forever lost. And you got to grab them. You got to grab them.
Just
You
like
got to
the
be
kitties.
aware. You got to
To grab them when you can.
You got to
Catch
grab
them when you can.
Catch a kid. That's
Grab
same
them
as
when
kitties.
you get them.
Same as kitties. You
Get them
gotta-
while the getting's good. I caught one. I have to have a this is a harmonica
Yeah.
part, though. Hey. Won't stay still. What kind of harmonica? G? Brad, you got your harps, or you driving? Is it G, Larry?
Yeah.
Or is it G?
No, it's a C. She sure has led a crazy sort of life, with a lot of stories to tell. A lot of heartache and strife, but it sure sounded interesting to a straight-laced guy like me.
C.
Like bartending, for example.
C, Brad.
Takes a special kind of woman to do that work. Each customer is either a good guy or a jerk, but you never know what you're gonna get, she said with a smirk. You gotta roll with it, you see. So she sat me down and she told this tale to me. The other day, this guy walks into my bar, a lot of money, but it don't go very far. Smells like Jack, a bad cigar, and a little weed. Comes on in, sits right down, starts talking about his days over in Vietnam. Calls me an angel, says listening's just what I need. You see, I got every kind of guy coming in here. short and tall, and they all drink beer. I can't always give them what they want, but I try to listen when they plead. Like a guy who had a t-shirt said, "Stay safe, sleep with a cop." He wanted me bad, but I gently told him to stop. I said, "Sober up a bit and drag your butt with you and go home. You got a wife and kids to feed." I met bums and gentlemen in between. Ain't none of these guys
Hi,
I
Doreen.
haven't seen. I just listen.
And I
But
give
I
him a
give 'em a
lifetime
lifetime
guarantee.
Good old boy, mountain man, or a rock and roll star. You just never know who you're gonna meet in a bar, but you know that story. They all the same, you see. Hey,
Hey, hey, bartender, won't you give me one last drink
here
for the road?
Hey, hey, bartender, by God, I love you so.
But it's 2 a.m. and you know
I gotta go. Wait a minute. Now.
Did you hear that?
I keep them all busy while I'm on to the next. A bunch of broken down old guys, tired old wrecks, and they're crying in their beer because of their wives or their exes, too many mouths to feed. You see, they all come in here with someone to blame. The reasons are different, but the story's the same. They put down their money and they play the game with me. I met bums and gentlemen in between. Ain't none of these guys I haven't seen. I just listen, but I give 'em a lifetime guarantee. The good old boy, mountain man, or a rock and roll star, you just never know who you're gonna meet in a bar, but you know that story. They're all the same, you see. Hey,
Hey, hey, bartender, won't you give me one last drink here for the road?
Hey,
Hey, bartender,
oh God, I love you so.
but it's 2 a.m. and you know
I
I
gotta
gotta go.
Take it out. Oh, you went high there.
That's an oxymoron. Hey, bartender, give me another drink here for the road. What's wrong with that statement? Give me another drink before I get in the car and go driving. I used to do that.
You used to
Hey.
no, and they all did that.
We all did. Yeah. I
Give
mean,
me
you know,
one
none of
last
us.
drink here for the road.
I don't know what. None of us didn't. For some reason, none of us. Well, I guess when you're young, you don't think of that kind of thing, or it wasn't happening around or something. I don't know. But yes, cocktail waitresses and bartending. That was what got me through college.
This next song
Hi,
is,
Vicky.
in a way, is an homage to
Welcome, Vicky. Welcome back,
uh,
or welcome for the first time. If this is the first time, I think you've been here before.
Who wrote Running on Empty? Who wrote the quintessential Running on Empty? Jackson Browne.
Jackson Browne.
This is an homage to Jackson Browne.
Who sings this?
You
I do.
sing it.
Oh, okay. This is I think this was a Jesse's Well Song Challenge. Any of you songwriters who are on here that we don't even know everybody that's on here, but if you're on here and you're a songwriter and you like to write but need a little motivation, hook up with Jesse's Well, because there's a monthly challenge. It's a lot of fun. It's probably 30, 40 people write them, and you can listen to them, and there's a lot of support, collaboration. This was a Jesse's Well song. getting lost. Don't know where to turn. Don't know what I'm looking for. I'm feeling a slow burn. I can't keep up, but I can't slow down, down, down. Don't know my direction. Feeling like a sad clown. I'm running on empty. I still can't find your love. I'm running on empty. Just looking for a sign above. I'm getting tossed around like a beach ball, stretched like a rubber band, and I'm so tired of it all. I can't look up. Every time I do, I see you're right there before my eyes. All these memories before me. I'm running on empty. I still can't find your love. I'm running on empty. Just looking for a sign above. I just can't comprehend it, my anxiety grows. I can't get it together, but you reap what you sow. Really can't understand what you've been doing to me. All that I know is that I wanna be free. I gotta break your hold on me. You gotta let go of me. I'm running on empty. I still can't find your love. I'm running on empty. Just looking for a sign above. I'm running on empty. Just looking for a sign. I'm running on empty. Just want something that is mine to love. That was a
I'm proud of that song.
Larry and
The more
Leslie
we play
original.
It, the more we
Yeah,
play
it settles into its own. It just sort of settles into its.
It's got a
space.
nice bridge.
Have
I
we
just
recorded
can't
that?
comprehend
Is
it.
that on
My
this?
anxiety. No, it's not.
Why haven't we? Why isn't it on this album that we're doing now?
Because
We've never recorded this?
No, we'll get it on the next album.
But we wrote this before we wrote the. Oh no, didn't we just write? Didn't we write this?
I just took a whole bunch
I-
of songs.
you
and
know,
put
it's
them on
funny
the
'cause
album,
I
and
don't-
Running on Empty didn't make it.
I can't even remember. Like, we've done all these albums and we've recorded so much stuff. Larry can tell you what songs are on. It's Real Music 1, Real Music 2, Real Music 3, and 2 or 3 other albums that we've done. And he knows what songs are on in what order on every album. And I don't even know which ones we've recorded and which ones we haven't. I don't know how. I don't know how that works. All I do is sing. They say, sing this song, and I sing it.
Yeah, you could use a harmonica. Yeah, you could use a harmonica.
Gee.
Yeah,
See, Brad. Hey, Brad, this one's for you.
you might as well do this.
G.
Yeah,
G,
yeah.
I think.
We'll do that next time, Brad. Wherever we go, we'll sing high, we'll sing low. Just you listen, we'll all be there. Truer tales we'll be bringing, of real lives are ringing, chimes of music fell in the air. You know the story between the notes it can seem is always the same old line of a love we can lean on, of lives we can dream on, so our steps we can all seem in time. All it takes is love. Love knows no bounds. Love understands. Love's making the rounds. So let's get it all down. All we got is real music, real lives living till the end of time. So let's listen to some real music, real lives living till the end of time. Long as we got another rhyme, long as we got another rhyme. Just 2 by 2, all around the world, we're singing our songs everywhere. The music it swirls, the music it whirls, the rhythm and song in the air. 'Cause that's where it starts, souls intertwined, singing out loud till the end of the rhyme. This is our time. All we got is real music, real lives living till the end of time. So let's listen to some real music, real lives living till the end of time. Long as we got another rhyme,
Long as we got another
long as we
rhyme,
got another rhyme.
long as we got another rhyme.
'Cause that's where the fun is, that's where we're making our runners. That's where the sun is, that's where the stories are spun is. Laughing and crying, we're always trying, hugging and kissing, we'll all be flying. Take it.
Never mind. Oh.
Long as we got it.
Real music. Hi,
Take it,
Julio.
no. Real lives living till the end of time. So let's listen to some real music. Real lives living till the end of time. Long as we got another rhyme.
Long as we got another
Long as
rhyme.
we got another rhyme.
Long as we're singing it in
Long
time.
as we're singing it in time.
Long as we got another
Long
rhyme.
as we got another rhyme.
Long as we're singing it in
Long as
time.
we got another rhyme.
Long as we're singing it in
Long
time.
as we got another rhyme.
Long as we got another
Long
rhyme.
as we're singing it in time.
I have no idea what the harmonica part is on that song, to be honest. TBH, to be honest with you. I just was winging it. I have no idea. We have a guy that's producing.
We all know she was.
You
And
can
we
tell.
all know she
You
was.
can tell once in a while I fake my way through on things like that, but not that time. So it's good to just give it up. Hi, Crumb Bun. Want to come see Mama? But anyway, that that song, we've got a producer, Willie Kelly.
Oh God,
Who
what a
he's
version
he's a
did.
professional everything, professional harmonica player and everything. He puts me to shame, but he keeps telling me, no, I've got my own style. So, but anyway, that's a fun song. It's a fun song.
Yeah.
Here's another Larry and Leslie. We were walking the other day. I held his hand in mine. He said he couldn't imagine imagine a better life with his pretty Valentine. Our eyes met and he smiled at me as old Baxter lagged behind. And I know it was alright. He said he wondered just how we're doing. Did we leave that world behind? I know we're not very young anymore. Has that magic potion run out of time? I looked at him and I just smiled, put my finger to his lips, and I said, hush, my darling, say no more, just hug me. Say no more, just kiss me. Say no more, just love me tonight. And I know we'll be alright. We'll be alright. You take my hand and you lead me down, and I feel so safe and warm. Something about the way you talk will carry me through any storm. We talk and talk throughout the day, and halfway through the night, we never run out of things to say. We must be a funny sight. I laugh out loud as you ask again if everything's okay. And I say, hush, my darling, say no more, just hug me. Say no more, just kiss me. Say no more, just love me tonight. And I know we'll be alright. Say no more, just hug me. Say no more, just kiss me. Say no more, just love me tonight. And I know we'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Say no more, just hug me. We'll be alright. Say no more, just kiss me. We'll be alright. Say no more, just love me tonight. And I know we'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Say no more. That song grows on you too.
I think you wrote the words. Larry writes all these romantic words. He's a romanticist in his lyrics, and he writes all these love songs. And you know, if we first start singing these love songs, we usually cry a little bit. That song had talked about Baxter. If anybody remembers our big Baxter, our big yellow lab, who's been gone just a year. And we keep singing them, and I want to always make sure that I never take for granted how blessed I am to be able to have that kind of love in my life. That's you.
The sun might shine tomorrow, and baby, you can bet the moon might rise tomorrow night, and all the sun will set, right? Isn't that what you're thinking? It'll always be the same. Well, maybe not. just might not be if we don't change our game. I'm talking about our Mother Earth. I'm talking about our ways. We can't keep on the way we've been. Our minds all in a daze, right? I'm trying to say do better and think before we act. We got a mess we need to clean, and
That's a point of fact.
We gotta teach it to our babies, gotta
Take
care of our folks. Gotta understand this globe is warming stuff.
Really is no hoax.
Just do a little something, just a little every day, to ease the burden on the land. Just a little, that's the way, to ease the burden on the land, so the sun will shine tomorrow. Isn't that what you're thinking? Just a little, that's the way.
It was Earth Day last week. That's an Earth Day song that we wrote for when Leslie Fox, I'm not sure if she's on, but asked us to write that for the Yavapai Apache Nation celebration for all the tribes out there when we were in Arizona.
Now, I gotta find the key for this.
Have we done this, or just the one I just asked you to figure out? Okay. That's a little high. Could go one more if you can figure. Tell me when.
Now,
Come down off your throne and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key.
yeah, try it up one higher. You are the reason.
You
I've been waiting so
so long. Somebody holds the key. Well, I'm near the end, and I just ain't got the time. And I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home. Come down off your throne and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. somebody holds the key. Well, I'm near the end, and I just ain't got the time. And I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home.
One more time.
And I can't find my way home. Well, I can't find my way home. Still, I can't find my way home. And I ain't done nothing wrong, but I can't find my way home.
Can't.
But I can't find my way home. Still, I ain't done nothing wrong, but I can't find my way home. Boy, what a buzz song that is. That takes me back. Does that take anybody back?
Let's switch to a Woody Guthrie song.
Do you want to find Brad's?
All right, yeah. Let's do Brad's song. I'll find
Brad, we're gonna try to find the words. I think we know it, but we'll find the words for the song that you wrote that we put on the last album.
I don't know it, so I'll find it. I'll find it.
Yeah. But got a lot of originals in here tonight.
I'll find it.
You'll find it.
Patience, grasshopper.
How you doing, Julio?
I think he
hugs.
turned the corner.
Blessings. How you doing, Noreen? Oh, thank you. I'm not sure which song you're talking about, but I'm glad that you liked it. If you liked it, that's the most important thing, that people are getting some music therapy. You know, we get music therapy every time we do music. It's good for our soul. Let me see if I can get Crumb Bun to come up here and visit. Hi, Crummy.
I'll find it. I'll find it. I wish we knew these songs.
Oh, this is the big beastie
There we
girl.
go. Got him.
Here's the
Got
big
it.
girl. She's the biggest girl. She's trying to become a lap kitty, and she's working on it because she knows that Mama needs a lap kitty in her life. She needs kitties that cuddle. Because I used to have 3 or 4 of them that cuddled every night. They'd cuddle up around me, and these 2 don't. But she's learning. She's learning a little bit. She'd really rather be out eating chipmunks and stuff. I don't try to keep her in a lot so she doesn't do that. Here we go, Brad.
We've been around
For a long, long time,
crossing paths,
having laughs
skipping stones,
and even scones. We've done a lot of good, good things. Ready to try a new set of wings.
Raised a family,
And we raised some hell.
20-year job.
But that was time spent well.
I'll be a husband,
And I'll be your wife, and together we'll have recycled lives.
I was like an old tin can, kicked down the road.
Passed hand to hand.
I
Was like an old rubber band.
Used every minute.
Stretched to the limit.
Now I'll grow the oats.
And I'll milk the goats.
I'll deal with our structure.
Deal with the strife, but together we'll have recycled lives. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That everything reused must first take its licks. Well, life's like that, there's no doubt, and that's what our new life's about.
I'll be a husband,
And I'll be your wife, and together we'll have recycled lives.
we're going in a new direction.
We're living out our affection.
I'll try to make my life complete.
And honey, you know I'll keep it neat. You'll be my husband,
And you'll be my wife.
and together we'll have recycled lives. Now you'll be my husband,
And you'll be my wife.
and together we'll have recycled lives.
We did it.
Oh, I love that last. Now you'll be my husband and you'll be my wife. I love that. All I can think of is Green Acres is a place for me. Farm living is a life. That's what it reminds me of. That you wrote the tune for that. It's perfect. Our Brad Johnson wrote the words to that, and that's on our last album, right?
Yeah. Let's do this one.
That didn't need anything.
You come home late and you come home early. You come on big when you're feeling small. You come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. So what in the world's come over you?
What in heaven's name have you done?
You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Well, I got a heart burns with a fever, and I got a worry and a jealous mind. How can a love that'll last forever get left so far behind? What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done?
Broken
Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. It's a mighty mean and a dreadful sorrow. It's crossed the evil line today. Well, how can you ask about tomorrow? We ain't got one word to say. So what in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. John Prine.
Boy, what a songwriter he was.
What a songwriter he was. He wrote a lot of sad things.
He did. Well, a lot of love and loss stuff. But wasn't he good? I first heard John Prine when we were traveling back and forth. I don't know why, because I was raised in a family of folk singers and stuff like that. But when we were traveling back and forth across the country, I think maybe it was on our trip after we got married, and that MPBN, Austin City Limits. He was on Austin City Limits, and he said he had throat cancer. Never heard of him. Throat cancer, and he had to relearn how to sing, and everything was like a different octave. And since then, I've been listening to his stuff, and I wish I knew about it back then. Good stuff. Lead Belly. Traditional folk.
Go ahead.
Well, you wake up in the morning, you hear the work bell ring, and they march you to the table. You see the same old thing, ain't no food upon the table, and no pork up in the pan. But you better not complain, boy, you get in trouble with the man.
Let the midnight special shine a light on
Shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me.
Let the midnight special
shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me. Want me to keep singing? Yonder come Miss Rosie. How in the world did you know? Well, you know her by her apron and the dress she wore, umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. She come to see the governor. She says, I want my man.
Let the midnight special shine a light on
Shine a light on me.
Let the midnight special
shine a ever-loving light on
me. Let the midnight special
shine a light on me.
Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me. If you ever been to Houston, you better do right. You better not gamble. Oh, you better not fight. Or the sheriff will arrest you, and the boys will bring it down. And the next thing you know, boy, oh, you're penitentiary bound. Let the midnight
special
shine a light on
shine
me.
a light on me. Let the midnight special
shine a ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special
Let the midnight special
shine a light on
shine a light on me.
Let the midnight special shine a ever loving light on,
ever loving light on me. We used to do that with Generations, and we were cranking, and I would always do that last ever loving light on me at the end to do the bass part.
We did
And
it.
people would laugh.
If you notice, we did the beginning the way it traditionally
Yeah.
done, and then we kind of
Then you
kicked into
kicked-
something similar
you
to,
kicked it
to
a
the
little
way
bit.
CCR did it.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. CCR. Oh, Brad, you're welcome, of course. Together we'll have these psycho lives. Rebecca. Together we'll have these psycho lives. That probably happens too, Brad. Come on, Jen. Tell us the truth here. That's also true, he said. Yeah. Oh, careful. You're about to knock me out with that thing. Hi, Peter and Pat. Lunch soon?
Let me tell you
Of a story that will scare you to the core.
It's about what
It
it
would
would
be
be
like
like if there wasn't any more.
It's the latte that I speak of,
It's brought from somewhere
somewhere
up
up
above. You know, man, with his latte, there is no truer love. If he didn't have his latte, there would sure be hell to pay. He would lose all his incentive, and his mind would go astray. If he didn't have his latte, he would only sing in blues. Is it decaf or mocha? Better know what he would choose, 'cause there's something very special in the bottom of that cup. Oh yeah, something dreamy, something screamy. You just wanna drink it up. To deny a man his latte might be grounds to start a war. Just imagine where we could be if there wasn't any more. What confusion and delusion if the latte land shut down. People jumping from their windows with an empty, hollow sound. In a world where
Once was happiness, the pain of lack would show.
God, the coffee shop is empty. Just
Now
where they do go. So let's try to keep it perking, 'cause a man can't go without. And the joy of having latte is good reason still to sure there's
Something very special in the bottom of that cup. Oh yeah, something dreamy, something steamy.
you just wanna drink it up. For society that's latte-less should never have to be. So there's the legend of the latte for everyone to
See,
sure
there's something
something
very special in the
in the bottom of that cup. Oh yeah,
something dreamy, something steamy.
you just want to drink it.
Up. Now, if that's not a novelty song, I don't know what is. And I wrote that. Most of you probably heard that story because Larry was a professor and he was addicted to double mocha Starbucks lattes. And one day, the latte machine at the university broke down, and Larry was not having a good day. It was pretty funny. He was jonesing to beat the band. He was not a happy camper. And I went home and wrote that song. He doesn't drink double mocha lattes anymore.
I don't. Maybe sometimes.
Just the regular single ones. There's some.
Wait a minute. You know what?
Here's another Larry and Leslie original. There's something about train tracks, they photograph so well. They take your breath away at the break of day. When the sun's right, you can tell. But sometimes your mind's on other things. The tracks are crying today. The 9:15 Hartford just took my love away. There's something about train tracks disappearing in the fog. Train slowly fades as it heads away, and all I hear is a barking dog. Sometimes my mind's on other things, like when you left and went away. You had to find it, whatever it was, on the 9:15 that day. Straight as an arrow, you were gone in a moment, gently fading away into gray. When a train leaves in the morning, it'll take your breath away, and all that's left are the memories and the tracks along the way. There's something about train tracks. You're gone, but they're still here, full of promise, full of mystery. They don't ever disappear. Sometimes my mind's on other things. It's reminding me today that we kissed goodbye forever at 9:15 that day. There in the morning, the 9:15 left me, heading out slow and away. You had to find it, whatever it was, and I wondered how you lost it anyway.
So somebody posted there's something about train tracks, and they posted a picture of those train tracks that kind of go to the one-dimensional thing that goes to a vanishing point. And I said, there's something about train tracks that photograph so well, and I started thinking about a love song, and that's what I do, but it was a love lost song. And I love the line, you had to find it, whatever it was. And I wonder how you lost it anyway. It's like
That's
you
so
defined
true about
it.
a lot of loves. It just sometimes somebody needs to just leave. And they don't even know why. They don't know what they're looking for. They just go. And the other person's sitting there saying, what happened? Right?
Yeah. Let's
At least that's happened to me plenty of times in my life.
the drum.
But I've also done that to people too, where they've been left there with their mouth open, like, where'd she go and why did she leave? And that's life. But Larry and I decided we're too old to ever go through that again, so we're gonna stay together till we die. What are we doing?
You gotta bring 'em on up. Bring 'em on up, you gotta bring 'em on up from the mine, one by one. You gotta bring 'em on up, you gotta bring 'em on up from the deep dark mine. You gotta bring 'em on up, now 9 for 9 for 9. Oh, the water poured in.
Oh, the water poured in.
Oh, the water poured in, the water poured in, yeah, the water poured in, down deep in the mine. You gotta bring 'em on up, bring 'em on up. You gotta bring 'em on up from the deep dark mine. One by one, you gotta bring 'em on up
from the deep dark mine.
From the deep dark mine, you gotta bring 'em on up.
9 for 9.
9 for 9. Oh, the men were swimming.
Oh, the men were swimming.
Oh, the men were swimming, the men were swimming when the water poured in down deep in the mine. You gotta bring 'em on up, bring 'em on up. You gotta bring 'em on up from the deep dark mine. One by one, you gotta bring 'em on up. You gotta bring 'em on up from the deep dark mine. You gotta bring 'em on up. Now 9 for 9 for 9.
9 for 9 for 9.
Oh, the babies, they were a-crying.
Oh, the babies were crying.
Oh, the babies were a-crying, the
Oh, the
men
babies
were
were
a-swimming
crying,
when the
the
water
men were
poured in
swimming,
down
the
deep
water
in the
poured
mine.
in.
You gotta bring 'em
Babies were
on up,
crying.
bring 'em on up. You
from the
gotta
deep
bring 'em
dark
on up,
mine.
whoop,
One
from the
by
mine. One
bring
by
'em on
one,
up.
you gotta bring
One
'em
by
on up.
one,
You
you
gotta
gotta
bring
bring
'em
'em
on
on
up
up
from the
from the
deep
deep
dark
dark
mine.
mine.
You gotta
Bring
bring 'em
'em
on
on
up.
up.
Now
Bring
9
'em
for
on
9
up.
for
9 for
9.
9 for 9.
Oh, the women, they were a-praying.
Oh, the women were praying.
Oh, the women were a-praying while the
the women
babies
were
were a-crying. The
praying,
men
babies
were
were
a-swimming
crying.
when the water
Men were
poured in
swimming,
down
the
deep
water
in the
poured
mine.
in
You gotta bring
deep
'em
in the
on up,
mine.
bring 'em on up. You gotta bring 'em on up,
up.
whoop, whoop,
Men
from the
were
mine.
swimming,
One
the babies
by
were
one, you
crying.
gotta bring
Women
'em
were
on up. You gotta
praying,
bring 'em on up from the deep dark mine. You gotta bring 'em on up. Now 9 for 9 for 9. Oh, those drillers, they were a-drilling.
Oh, the drills were drilling.
Oh, the drillers were a-drilling, the women
Drillers
were
were
a-praying
drilling,
while the
women
babies
were
were a-crying. The
praying,
men
babies
were
were
a-swimming
crying,
when the
men
water
were
poured in
swimming,
down deep
water
in the
poured
mine. You
in,
gotta bring
drillers
'em
were
on up,
drilling,
bring 'em on up.
men were swimming,
You gotta
the
bring 'em
babies were
on up,
crying,
whoop, whoop,
women
from the
were
mine.
praying.
One by one, you gotta bring
One
'em
by
on up.
one,
You
you
gotta
gotta
bring
bring
'em
'em
on
on
up
up
from
from
the
the
deep
deep
dark
dark
mine.
mine.
You gotta
Bring
bring 'em
'em
on
on
up.
up.
Now
Bring
9
'em
for
on
9
up.
for
9
9.
for 9 for 9.
Oh, the children, they were a-watching.
Oh, the children were
Were they
watching.
Oh, the children were a-watching those drillers a-drill, and the women
Drillers
were
were
a-praying
drilling,
while the
the
babies
women
were
were
a-crying.
praying,
The
the
men
babies
were
were
a-swimming
crying,
when the
men
water
were
poured in
swimming,
down deep
water
in the
poured
mine. You
in
gotta
deep
bring
in
'em
the
on up,
mine.
bring 'em
Bring
on up.
'em on up.
You gotta bring
Bring
'em
'em
on
on
up,
up,
whoop,
bring 'em
whoop,
on
from
up.
the mine. One
Bring 'em
by
on
one,
up,
you
bring
gotta
'em
bring
on
'em
up.
on up. You gotta
Bring
bring 'em
'em
on
on
up
up.
from the deep
Bring 'em
dark
on
mine.
up.
You gotta bring 'em
One by
on up.
one,
Now 9 for 9 for 9.
For 9.
Oh, the world held its breath with the television on. Oh, the world held its breath with the
The world held its
television
breath
on.
with
Those
the
children were
television
watching
on.
those drillers
Children
a
were
drill,
watching.
and the women
Drillers
were
were
a praying
drilling,
while the
the
babies
women
were
were
a crying.
praying,
The men
babies
were
were
a swimming when
crying,
the
the
water
men were
poured in
swimming,
down deep
water
in the
poured
mine. You
in,
gotta
the
bring 'em
women were
on
praying,
up, bring 'em on
men
up.
were swimming,
You gotta bring
water
'em
poured
on up,
in,
whoop, whoop,
deep
from
in
the
the
mine.
mine.
One
One
by one, you gotta
by
bring 'em
one.
on up. You gotta bring
One
'em
by
on up. You
one.
got a deep dark mine. You gotta bring
One
'em
by
on up.
one, you gotta
Now
bring
9
'em
for
on
9
up.
for nine,
Bring 'em
for
on
nine,
up
for
now,
nine.
9 for 9. Bring 'em on up now, 9 for 9 for 9.
Oh, let's all sing now while the world holds its breath with the television on. Oh, let's all sing while the world holds its breath with the television on. Those children were watching, those drillers are drilling, the women were praying while the babies were crying. Men were swimming when the water poured in, down deep in the mine. You gotta bring 'em on up, bring 'em on up. You gotta bring 'em on up, whoop, whoop, from the mine. One by one, you gotta bring 'em on up. You gotta bring 'em on up from the deep dark mine. You gotta bring 'em on up. Now
Bring
9
'em
for
on
9
up.
for 9,
9 for 9 for 9 for 9. What a fun song that is, because it's never the same.
Well, I don't know what you do.
I know. You can't listen to me.
We're doing a lot of ours.
Yeah,
tonight.
vanishing point exercises. Me too, Rebecca. Train tracks. Yeah. We all holding our breath. Bebopping, Jeanette. Yeah, there you go, girlfriend. Hey, Teddy Ted, this one's for you. He was walking across the water, walking across the water, walking across the sea. He was walking across the water, walking across the water, walking across the sea. He was on top of the world, looking out across the kingdom of eternity. Must have been a starry night, must have been a big old fire, and that was alright with me. Must have been a beautiful sight, with her hair flowing down. Must have been about right, just to be. He was walking across the water, walking across the water, walking across the sea. He was walking across the water, walking across the water, walking across the sea. He was on top of the world, looking out across the kingdom of eternity. Must have been hiding out, must have been far from the world, must have been drinking about in order to see. Must have been thinking some about driving away, must have been dreaming for freedom. Sometimes you worry down, sometimes you think you're losing it all. Sometimes sleep doesn't rest so easy. Sometimes it just don't fit, sometimes it's not quite right. Sometimes was walking across the water, walking across the water, walking across the sea. He was walking across the water, walking across the water, walking across the sea. He was on top of the world, looking out across the water. He was on top of the world, looking out across the sea. He was on top of the world, looking out across the kingdom of eternity.
So when Ted was 17 years old, I was just getting together with Leslie, and he was going to bonfires, and he was going to bonfires, and I wondered what he was thinking. And, you know, it must have been a starry night. It must have been a big old fire, and that was all right with me. It must have been a beautiful sight with the hair flowing down. Must have been a lot of girls. And it must have been just right to be, right? And must have been hiding out, must have been far from the world, must have been drinking about in order to see. And he did get drunk a couple of times. Must have been thinking some about driving away. Must have been dreaming for freedom. And then it switches to Leslie. Sometimes you worry down. Sometimes you think you're losing it all. Sometimes sleep doesn't rest so easy. Sometimes it just doesn't fit. Sometimes it's not quite right. And sometimes you just got to let it go.
And I've been letting it go ever since, just like all mamas do.
You know, it's
and dads.
He was walking across the water. He 17 years old. He's immortal. He was walking across the water just like Jesus. Walking across the water.
They think they're immortal, don't they?
Looking out across the kingdom of eternity. He's not 18 anymore. He's 38. So he's in midlife.
I know.
And he's starting to see his mortality. He's crossing the. He's almost to the halfway point. And you know, I'm 73, so I'm way past the halfway point.
Funny thing how it goes so quickly, doesn't it? Yes, Brad, you're right. We are all holding our breath.
It's tough, but it was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful time for him, and it was a worrisome time for us.
Yeah.
And we just had to let it go. I think we're just about done.
We are, aren't we? What was hard, ain't it hard?
Well, hard ain't it hard, ain't it hard?
Oh, okay, I don't.
To love one that never did love you. Hard ain't it hard, great God, to love one that never will be true.
Who did that? Bob Dylan?
No, Woody Guthrie.
Oh, you were going to do Woody Guthrie. What happened to you? Oh, okay.
Well, we did
Brad's.
Recycle Lives.
Okay, got you. Great. Yep. How's everybody doing out there? We're going to, what are you doing now? Last song?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the last song. One, two, three, four. Neither here, never there. We can be most anywhere. Without our friends, that's you, to help us out, we'd blunder asunder and babble about. We'd take wrong turns, we'd lose our way, we'd wander off
like an old sad stray. So lucky are you, lucky are all of you,
and lucky are me, that both of us have friends like we. La 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 la. Hi, Mike. La 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 la.
Me and you,
La la la.
you and me,
La 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 la.
friends like us,
La la la.
forever be.
La la la.
We make us smile,
La la.
we dry our tears,
La la la.
holding each other throughout all our years. Could be we laugh, could be we cry. No time to stop and to wonder why. So lucky are you, and lucky are me, that both of us have friends
You too, Dave.
like we.
So lucky are you, and lucky are me,
that
that both of us have friends
like we. La 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 la. And that concludes
The
our
Larry and
show
Leslie
for the
Music and
evening.
Comedy Hour from Glenburn,
I don't know how
Maine,
much
Pushaw
comedy there
Lake.
was.
Sometimes there's
Yeah,
comedy.
some-
Sometimes there's a lot of comedy. Sometimes it's
Some-
poignant,
Poignant.
poignant.
Poignant. Legend
sometimes
of the
it's
Latte
funny.
is funny.
Sometimes it's
Midnight
serious.
Special.
Sometimes we're teary.
Speed of the Sound
Sometimes
of
we
Loneliness
laugh a lot.
is sad.
Yeah, that.
You know,
boy,
I
he
think
was.
John
he's
Prine
a-
writes a lot of sad songs.
He did. He did.
He writes a lot of sad songs. He wasn't that lucky in love, so
No.
so he writes a lot of sad songs.
Well, he was on the road all the time. Being, you've written songs about what it's like to be on the road.
Yeah.
People don't last that long, and loves don't last that long when you're on the road. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wrote.
That's why I like being home with my sweetie.
Yeah, and we're working. Oh, so what's going on? We have a show on the 29th, Friday. Of course, we have our Tuesday night shows, but we have a show Friday the 29th. That's Jesse's Wells songwriter of
May 29th.
May 29th.
But you have to be a member of that group, right?
Yeah, you have to be a member of that group, but you can. I don't know if you can watch it. If you can watch it. If
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think you can.
I-
Maybe.
if you're a member of that
Meet the
that
Artists
group, you can
song
watch
show.
Meet the Artists. So we're gonna do that,
And
we're
are we
gonna
doing-
do a bunch of our own songs.
we don't have any concerts in town in May, do we? No, not till June.
No, not until
Okay.
June. We have
In
we
June
have
we have
we
a
have a
couple of
June
them.
concert at the
I mean, real
Hammond
live concerts.
Hammond Street Congregational Church, and then we have a July concert at Crumpet.
But we
and
also
then, and
we're
then
doing
we
an
have a big
active
one.
we're doing an activist concert
We're
too.
doing an activist concert June
We've been
1st.
talking about that June 1st over at Food and Medicine, a big rally,
We're
big
doing an activist
music
concert.
shebang.
We're going to have speakers, and we're going to
speakers
and
and-
Women with Wings are going to open the
yeah,
show.
yeah. It should be a big one.
And there's going to be speaker, and we're going to do 2 sets.
Five for peace. That's
5 for
Judd,
peace.
Larry, and I. Judd S.T. Kendall.
Judd wants to call it
Dave
High
Meek
Five for
and-
Peace.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And Art Body.
And our
and,
body, yeah, and so
High
that,
five for
that,
peace.
That ought to be fun.
Yeah. Well, we remember we've been talking about we went to the rally. A lot of people go to the rallies. I'd never been to one, but we went to the what's it called?
We're going to sing Speak
what was
Truth
that
to
called?
Power.
What was the rally called? The ones that they're doing all over the country. That there's been millions of people. Of course, I can't remember the name. We went to one, and there was thousands of people in downtown Bangor, Maine, which is unheard of. And we were just saying a bunch of us were saying we just need to do something. And so what we know is to sing. That's all we know. So write music and sing. So we decided we're going to get back on our activist soapboxes and, rail at the world and at the powers that think that they are the powers of the universe. And of course, we don't get into politics here on this show. But anyway, we need to speak truth to power and resist when we need to. And so we're doing a concert.
Yeah,
It'll be a
Rebecca
big one.
mentions Angels from Montgomery. I love the line in there. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? It's like he was 17 when he wrote that song. He probably was watching his parents, and
No doubt.
how the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and have nothing to say? And
But John Prine wrote Angels from Montgomery.
make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me an angel.
Did John Prine wrote that?
Make me
God.
an angel that flies from Montgomery.
How you doing, Mike?
Make me a poster of an old rodeo.
Thank you.
Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in the living is just a hard way to go.
He was writing like that at 17. That what does that tell you? Oops. Ready? I am an old woman named after my mother. Old man got another child that's grown old. The dreams were lightning, and thunder was desire. This old house could have burnt down a long time ago.
Make me an angel
that flies from Montgomery.
Make me a poster of an
old rodeo. Just give me one thing
that
I can hold on to believe in this living.
It's just a
Long way to go.
When I was a young girl, I married a cowboy. He wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling boy. That was a long time. No matter how hard I try, years just go by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo.
Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living.
Just a hard way to go. flies in the kitchen. I can hear them, they're buzzing. But I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believing this living is just a way to go. What a song.
I learned that from Bonnie Raitt because I'm younger, and so I didn't know who wrote that. Of course, if I'd known back when I learned that song, back when I was a teenager probably, then I might have studied up on John Prine a little bit. I thought Bonnie Raitt wrote it.
No.
See, I never thought when I was a kid learning all this music, I had all the albums, and I played them and ran them, so there was holes in the albums. Learned every song on all these albums, hundreds and hundreds of them.
But
and never thought about who wrote them. I just learned how to sing.
John Prine was under the radar. He was a folk singer, and nobody heard of him except
Perry. You write plenty.
Yeah, you do write a lot.
Thanks, Chuck.
Try to write a song, Perry. You just write a simple one with a verse and chorus.
And just let your mind come up with a tune.
Just let come up with a simple verse and chorus. The trick is, I think, that you got to get rid of the superfluous words.
Yeah, that's one
Too
thing
many people-
that was hard for me to figure out, is to get rid of the and, ifs, the, why, what, when, all of the extra wording that I mean, listen to that last song that we just sang, that John Prine song. There's no extra words in that song.
It flies in the kitchen.
And he wrote that when he was a kid.
I can hear them, they're buzzing, but I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say?
Yeah, there's no wasted.
Make me an angel.
No wasted wordage.
And listen to the speed of the sound of loneliness. It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
I'm really just starting to appreciate him.
And he's dead.
Yeah,
he's gone. It's beautiful. They're beautiful songs, and I'm just starting to appreciate Dylan now.
You just put your songs. You just put your
Hey,
poems
Mr. Tambourine
music.
Man is a beautiful piece of poetry.
Simplicity.
It's a beautiful piece of poetry.
He wrote a lot of words. Dylan puts a lot of words, but they all fit.
They all fit, and they all
inside rhymes and
inside
outside rhymes and not everything.
Try Perry. Try some inside rhymes. Rhymes in the middle
that don't rhyme, like words that don't rhyme with each other, but they rhyme in the middle of the sentence.
Rappers do that a lot. Rappers.
I can't even explain what inside rhyme is. I know that we have them and they're in there, but they're in the middle. The rhyme is in the middle of the sentence somehow.
Bring 'em on up. Bring 'em on up. You got to bring 'em on up from the mind, one by one. You got to bring 'em on up. You got to bring 'em on up from the deep dark mind. You got to bring 'em on up from
deep dark mind. 9 for 9, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's
bring
an
'em on
inside
up from
rhyme.
the deep dark mind. You got to bring 'em on up now. 9 for 9. Yeah, it's try it. Don't try. Do.
Yoda.
Yoda.
Yoda says don't try.
Don't try. Do or not do. try
need
to write songs.
I just found some songs in my notes that I
and
didn't even know that I had written, and I
You've
sent
got
them to
so
Larry.
many words that will do that, and it's the speed of dark. Yeah, the speed of dark, the speed of the sound of loneliness.
Oh, Michelle, sweetie, you missed us. We're all done. How are you? That's okay. You can always listen. Hi, Cam.
We're done.
Camden,
Done.
if you're
done,
on there.
Done. I was in a songwriting class, and
Hi,
one class
Crumbun.
member was a poet. She did some really cool things with internal rhyme and with the expression of the consonants. Pretty cool to watch her process. Use simple 1-4-5 chord progressions. Yeah, you don't need complex chord progressions.
Deb,
I
you
mean,
probably
I
do
mean,
say that, Yoda.
I
Yeah,
do,
Deb's
I do.
texting me. Yoda, do not try, do. Hi, Crumby. Crumbun's here again. I think she just wants treats. It's not because you love me, is it? Come here. Come here, Crumby, dude. Come on. Come on, Crumby. Here. Get her buddy up. Come here.
That's the beginning of Bangor Fair. See, you can.
Another Larry Latour love song.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
I guess. Yeah, and but you can try to do complex chords, but if you don't know them, you can John Prine.
He did a lot of CDG stuff, right?
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Out there running just to be on the run.
World's come over you. What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness.
You're out there running just to be on the run. He makes the phrasing of the words to sound like,
Candy.
candy. The phrasing of his poetry is beautiful, and
It's like cotton candy.
yeah, it's spectacular.
It's not like licorice, and it's not like a Twix bar. It's like
Even my simple
like cotton
songs,
candy or butterscotch.
even my simple songs have chord changes that are a little bit tough to do. Can't find my way home is
Oh, I love that song.
yeah.
And Helpless, we did that at the beginning.
And
God.
Helpless is a 3-chord song.
And it's beautiful. That's CS and Y. Hi.
Yep.
Here you.
So songs.
The cats are so funny. They love being around the music and the energy when we're playing on Tuesday night.
So the
They
trick,
don't hang out
the trick
much, but
is
they like the
stay
energy.
simple. And if you have to, stay with simple chords. Try some internal rhymes. Try to
I
be-
see you. I see you back there. Come on.
try to make the words fun. Even in sad songs, the words, you're out there running just to be on the run. Yeah. What in the world has come over you? What are the words? What in the world's come over you?
What in heaven's name have
What
you
in
done?
heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. you know, how does he come up with that stuff? You know, I mean,
Well, we were talking about that
But-
earlier.
but we
It-
do that.
We're just channels. I think most songwriters know, and poets, that we're just channeling the isness of the beingness of it and giving it a place with our voices and our music and our tunes to share.
and when you're writing songs, you're running on empty, just to
Still can't find,
find
your
my
love.
love, running on empty
Looking for
for
a sign above.
and that da 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 da. Da, 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 da,
You wrote that one.
didn't
you? Did you write that? You know, it's so funny. We don't even know who wrote the words for a lot of these songs now, 20 years later. We just write. We pass things back and forth, and we change and we add. And half the time we can't remember who wrote which song. Oh, I wrote the words for that, come to think of it.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. You did. And I
I
wrote
thought
the
he
music.
did, but all of a sudden it popped in my head because I tossed around like a beach ball. That's a Leslie,
But
Leslieism.
What I do sometimes
We're just, this is the show after the show. We're just
what I
talking
do
about
is
songwriting and stuff.
Interesting things that you might consider is the verses. Here's a theory that you can break without a problem, but the theory is that the verses are telling the story. The chorus is telling is giving the answer, and the bridges are a side trip. So a lot of times I'll look at Leslie's words, and sometimes she'll have verses that are side trips, little side trips. And sometimes the side trips can be so
Hi,
different.
Frank.
Sometimes
We're
the side
talking about
trips can be so
songwriting.
different that you might not even think that they're the same song. We're building a musical documentary, and a lot of these ideas are in that. And
The documentary?
that
Yeah,
well,
a
I
lot of
wouldn't
these
call it a
songs.
documentary, but it's a musical story.
It's a trip.
And
It's a trip of a couple of songwriters' lives.
Yeah.
Just a couple of songwriters. There's so many of them. I don't know how everybody else writes songs, Michelle. Sometimes we joined songwriting groups because it sort of kicks us in the butt a little to write maybe once a month or every couple of months. I don't do it every month. Larry's a little better. But sometimes there's something going. For me, I write a lot of times my lyrics about emotion, about something that's in here that has to come out.
Well, you just sent me two songs.
I
You
just did. Yeah.
You just sent me two songs. I don't know where they came from, but
if there's something going on, and for me, I write a lot when I'm in emotional. What is it that Sean always says? I don't think he's still here. Sean, my friend Sean Murphy, who's a songwriter too. We have been in a couple of bands. Said that psychic pain creates great songwriting, and I loved that quote because for me, that's true. I mean, I write love songs and sometimes I write other things, but if you listen to the words in songs that I wrote, a lot of times they bring up a lot of emotion for me and for people that listen to them. That's how I get out. That's my therapy, is to write about what's going on. Like I've got 2 or 3, 4 songs about people that I loved that have gone on. And but they're songs that are universal. A lot of them are songs that are universal because we all lose people. Everybody goes. Everybody dies.
you know what I do sometimes when
Larry writes lots of love songs.
When I take Leslie's words and I look at them, I look for the cadence in them. Like she just sent me a song. I stopped searching when I found what I needed.
Right. Sometimes
I stopped searching when I found what I needed. I stopped
Are you
running
reading the
when
words
I
I just sent
saw
you?
what I see. I stopped needing when you gave me my freedom for what I always thought I should be. I ain't playing when I tell you I found it. The thing we always think we're looking for. I don't need to keep on looking when you're right. I don't need to keep on looking when you're right here at my door.
Those are words that I had written and I just sent him yesterday. Now he's put music to it while on the run here while we're talking with you guys.
There ain't nothing else I need to make me feel complete. I got lucky like I got a front row seat. And I guess it really wasn't no easy feat to be my baby.
This is Larry and Leslie live writing music to lyrics that I just sent him last night. He just put music to it. Patty Denton is on. She said, writing poems is one thing, but music is different. But if you listen to music, I mean, I thought that. I was like, I can't write tunes to music. And then all of a sudden I had written some words and I said, I'm just going to put a tune to this. And I just kind of went, and my tunes are really simple. And there it was. It was like, oh, okay.
Or
So everybody can do it, I think. It's just, you get, I think media makes us feel like we're not capable of doing what they're doing, the multi-million dollars like Taylor Swift and stuff. But we can all do it. We can all write music. We can all write lyrics. It's a God-given gift. If you want to do it, do it. Don't let anything stop you.
Things you're always looking for. I don't need to keep on looking when you're right here at
My door.
keep on looking
When you're right here at my door. There's the hook.
Else I need to make. There ain't nothing else. See, then
He can go back and watch this. He can go back and watch this to remember the tune that he wrote.
Then I got
The front row seat.
And I guess it really wasn't no easy feat to be my
Baby. To be my baby. See, your mind goes, this is where it's got to go. We're faking our way through this.
I do a lot of that kind of thing. I look at the cadence of the words.
Yeah,
like Perry,
I'm working on it, whatever it might be.
Look at the cadence of your words.
Hi, Everett. Everett's another songwriter. He's on here, and the cadence of the words. 3 chords and truth. That's a good one.
Truth.
You know what? Patty, Everett just said 3 chords and truth. That's one easy way to write a song. CDG. I can't play guitar, but CDG. All the country songs are CDG, right?
See, I like
3 chords, and then like Helpless was only 3 chords. 3 chords, which you don't even need to play an instrument. You can hum the song out. You can hum it. Download the record app on your phone and write your words, and then hum a few tunes and a few, whatever comes to your mind, and then put your words to it and put it on your microphone app and sing it. And then just sort of hum it along and sing it along. Next thing you know, you can listen to it over and over. You can change it, but it's there and you won't lose the thought.
And it doesn't hurt to have if you're a piano player.
That's okay, Perry, if it's 50 years later.
To throw some 7th chords in or diminished
Rock
chords.
stars, Michelle. Michelle. Yeah, well, that's a vote of confidence. Thank you. That's funny. Some Beatles songs were 2 chords. I couldn't tell you. You know, you're
some
probably
Beatles songs is two chords.
probably
and some
Blackbird.
Are very
Blackbird was
well, you know, the Blackbird.
Oh,
Blackbird
the cats have the zoomies. No, that's more than two chords. I was thinking that was simple, but I guess that's more than two chords.
Blackbird singing in the dead of the night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird singing in the dead of the night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Black, black, black. Now, it's the chorus. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly.
You want to hear some good Beatles? Go to Frank Loring's page and look around. I'm not sure where he's got stuff, but his Beatles songs are amazing.
That song is all two chords. It's all two notes.
So, is it? Was I right? That's two chords?
Look.
That looks like a lot more. I don't know. That looks like a lot more stuff to me than two.
Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night.
It's very pretty.
It is.
If you look, I'm not sure where it is on YouTube. Do you remember the woman who was she may have been Eskimo, who I played it for you a couple of years ago, that did that song in, I'm not sure what kind of language, a native Eskimo language of some sort. It was beautiful. Do you remember that? You could look up Blackbird and look that up.
So
but
I think the trick is to find
Don't
the
get
cadence
stuck in
in
the
the
drum.
words that you write.
Come on.
And Perry, you have
Come on.
so many poems. Find the cadence in the poems, and look at
Look at
what
the
they're
zoomies.
saying.
What are you doing? What's
and
that?
You might find that some of the verses are general answers, and some of the verses are stories, and some of the verses are side trips.
Look at his feet.
And then you get kitties,
And then there are kitties.
and then there are kitties, and kitties are simple. Kitties are simple.
Kitties bring joy.
Leslie was getting my case. Yeah.
Is there anything more?
Is this all there is? Is there anything more? Did he?
Everett,
did
I
he
love what you're
squander
writing.
The days that he's had in these.
It's too late for regrets. The end of his chores, and everyone's looking so sad. This is the weird stuff I've been writing. Everett, you've been writing your heart, and I've been reading what you've been writing. Pato was captured, and I think when you get to a place where you write raw emotion and you write what you're really feeling and you're getting it out, you, me, any of us, that to me that's it for me, is when you getting out stuff that it's been in there that needs to be out, whether you share it with the world or not. I can't get in touch with
some of the stuff you get to, Everett, and I write love songs because that's the only thing I can get to.
Yeah, you don't get to the deep dark stuff. Thank God one of us writes lots of happy love songs, because if we both write like I did, you guys would all have turned us off a long time ago. That's what the yin and yang of the relationship.
Well, I like
people will say, Leslie, you write all this sad stuff. Larry's so happy. It is what it is.
But I write the music to her sad stuff.
Well, Larry writes a lot of the music that portrays the feelings that are coming out, that need to be out there. I need to get those feelings out. He finds the tunes to put to it, and we get to share it with people. And sometimes, every once in a while, somebody will send me notes and say, boy, that song really got to me because of this, and the human condition. If I didn't have music like Joni Mitchell and stuff like that when I was a kid, my mother died when I was 10, my father was in a mental institution. If I didn't have the kind of music that I had and that somebody else had written, I would have been dead. I couldn't have survived it. So, it really is. It's
the other thing that I
medicine.
learned from somebody, I think it was Burt Bacharach.
Puffy, what are you doing, Puff?
He talks about songs being journeys. Like this. I think you can sing it.
Well, we weren't going to start singing all these depressing songs, were we?
But what?
I think that there's something wrong with me, and I still can't figure it out. Something slips by somewhere that I can see, and I just can't figure it out. Just when things were working like they ought to be, a little voice inside gives me the third degree. Definitely, there's something very wrong with me. And this one, can you remember the words to this? This song, during the war, back, what was it? The big one, where we were gonna. Which war was that? When Bush was president. It was killing me, and I wrote this song, and he sat down and wrote the music. It's called Tuna Fish on Rye.
Now, one of the things that I did with this song was the chords, more so than any other song that I did, the chords reflected the feeling that I had, and like
the chords.
Strong and bitter coffee, tuna fish on rye. I just can't get the strength up to look them in the eye. They sit around here waiting. I know it won't be long. I wonder now whose face I'll miss when I realize he's gone. I haven't always been this distant. I haven't always been shut down. But the sound of guns and hellfire ramping in this makeshift town. The water's always cold here. They tell me try to smile, while across the fences war is edging closer all the while. My hands trained as saviors while my mind is disappearing, and the hum of flying metal graves as death continues nearing, and we dance as if we're mannequins to keep us occupied. Then I go and I make a bit of coffee, tuna fish on rye. He comes to me upon a pallet as I try to make some sense. So I focus on the colors, green, not blood and boots and buttons. Keep the scream shut in, expression flat. There's nothing I can do or say today, there'll always be another. So I try to even spare enough to tell them it's okay. Your death will stand for something real. You made us proud today. But inside I see and grit my teeth to see such useless carnage. Then I go and I make the bitter coffee and the tuna fish on rye. There's minor chords, there's seventh chords, there's those chords. Chords can give a feeling.
The Iraq War.
Chords can give a feeling. And so I got this chord.
Brad. Sometimes we do, Brad, yeah.
Then I got this chord. Then I got this chord.
Yeah, God, that one goes right in. That chord goes right in.
Then I got that.
And he didn't even think of it. We drove by Orono, and all of the people, the people who had died, they put a red flag up for everybody who had died, and the front yard of this person's house was absolutely covered with thousands of red flags, and it tore my heart out, and I went home and wrote that. And Larry picked up his guitar and put his foot on a chair and didn't even think. He looked at the words and he played that, and that's what it is. It's still there, and every time I hear it, I go.
But I tried to use the chords to express the feeling.
Yeah,
that's different feelings.
That's what I mean. The feelings in the song. You know, it's like, so I go, you know, here comes a kid. It's a surgeon. Here comes the kid. I try to focus on the colors green of the palette that he's on.
I
not
focus
blood
on the
and
colors
boots and
green,
buttons.
not blood and boots and buttons.
Keep the screams shut in. Expression flat. And there's nothing I can do or say today. There'll always be another.
You know, and that's another thing.
So I go and make the bitter coffee and the tuna fish on rye, because what the hell else am I going to do except try to save them and tell them that their death stood for something real.
Yeah.
You know.
And then your death will stand for something real. You made us proud today. But inside, I seethe and grit my teeth to see such useless carnage.
And I go and make the bitter coffee and tuna fish on rye, because there's nothing else I can do. And that, when I felt better, as painful as that is, I felt better after I wrote it. And, you know, that's not what's going on now. Thank God we're not having a war like that. But that song, I'm sure, will have its time again, because war is part of the human condition.
Well, but Ukraine is having that war. Ukraine is having that war, and I feel that war, especially with the shit that we're pulling on Ukraine. You know, calling them hoods and telling everybody they started the war.
Oh God.
It's shameful.
It is, and we are holding our breath. You know, the world is I always say the world's in a free fall. We're all on a seesaw, you know.
Well, those
are the lines in one of the songs.
Speak truth to power, take hold of your life, say what's on your mind, and do what is right. You know.
Should we act and do nothing but sit in our pain? Is it worth a rebuttal? Is there something to gain? Should we each take an edge and hold on for a ride? You know.
Yeah, and so you gotta kind of feel something. You gotta feel it.
Yeah, this whole conversation started out because Michelle said, "Why do we write what we write? How does it come?" Sometimes it hits like a brick on the side of my head, and I have to write like that. I guess 5% of songwriters get hit in the head and have to write immediately. the other 95% has to think about it and, go and sort of wait for it or ruminate and stuff. With me, a lot of the times it's like whack, and there it is. That's at least by another. We took some songwriting workshops from a famous songwriter, and that's what he said, that 5% people write like that and put it down.
If you think about the words that I started this with, I stopped searching when I found what I needed. I stopped running when I saw
Big
what I
Yellow
see.
Taxi.
I stopped needing when you gave me my freedom. I stopped needing when you gave me my freedom.
Yeah, Joni was my favorite.
From what I always thought I should be. There's meaning in that, and you got to pull it out.
I don't know.
That's the
that
words.
was. I just been going through my notes on my phone, and I can't figure out because there's 7 or 8 different places on notes. And I said, "Geez, I don't think I've sent these."
Playing when I tell you I found it. The thing we always think we're looking for. I don't need to keep on looking when you're right here. I don't need to keep on looking when you're right here at my door. So you got to look at the timing of the words, and sometimes the word timing will lead you down a certain path, and sometimes rather than wordsmith the song, try to take the poetry that you have and find the lyricality of the poetry. And don't try to shoehorn it into something else.
Right.
Try to find what that poem gives you, and go from there. And it works 70% of the time.
Yeah, but a
rather
lot
than
of
cut things up.
sometimes
that
Larry
song-
will take things apart and cut it up, and I used to get really
That song
mad, but
that
it
Brad
works
had,
well when he does
Recycle
that.
Lives, I was starting to cut that up, and Leslie said, "Don't cut it up, because that's Brad's song, and he doesn't want it cut
well,
up."
I don't know, Brad. We didn't even
So-
talk to you about it. We just you sent us those lyrics.
I took those lyrics and I said, "What
I
can
said we should keep them the way that they are.
And so what I
We
did
didn't have
was
permission
I
to rip
found-
them up, and it was perfect.
And
it's great.
I found the pattern in the song.
Yeah, you did, and it really works for that kind of song. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I found the pattern in that song. So you can either cut bait and start slicing it up and make it what you want to make it, or find the pattern in the lyric that it gives you. And sometimes that's the more surprising song that comes out.
If you leave it the way that it is when
If you
somebody
leave
gives
it-
you the lyrics.
if you leave it some-
Larry wrote a tune to Rebecca Dambroff's lyrics.
I
and
cut that up a little, and then I left it. I left some
you
of it.
put the story in there.
Yeah.
And our friend Karen's son was in Iraq, and she sent Larry. We'll have him do that sometimes. She sent us lyrics to write music to, and within about 10 minutes, Larry had put the music to it already. It was about a mom worrying about her son over in Afghanistan, being on the front line of fire. And
But there's no magic to it. There's no magic
wrote
to it.
the music to it so that it's a pretty touching.
Find the words. Find the pattern in the words. Look at the words. Find the pattern in the words, and then go with that pattern. And a lot of times that pattern will bear fruit. Right? That's what Brad's song did. And that pattern worked. And I didn't at first want to do that. And I did it, and it worked.
You crazy kid.
Anyway,
We've been babbling
we've
for
been
an
babbling
hour,
for an
haven't we?
hour. And we're
That was
gonna
fun,
get
though.
off.
We do that
offline.
sometimes. We get yakking, and there's a lot to talk about, isn't there?
Yeah. There is. Songwriting is
Elbows up.
sometimes not so much an art, but a craft. It's a craft because.
See, Perry, people are pulling stuff from your poems that you don't even know is there. This is why you got to keep sharing them.
Well, you gotta read your poems carefully and decide what you want to be there. That because you've got so many of them. You've got a collection a day. So read your poems.
It's very what's the word? Not proficient. What's the word?
Prolific.
Yeah. To write that much all the time, that's good. Most people can't write that much poetry, and it's neat that you're doing that. Well, I think we're just a couple of hacks who write songs and like to play music and like to share it.
But I think we've written enough, and Everett's written a lot. We've written enough that if anything, we've kind of got
prolific.
Some ideas about how to do it. And don't ever run a songwriting workshop because everybody thinks they know how to do it.
And they do.
And they do. They do because they have their own way of writing their songs. There's
no right and wrong way to write songs, and there's no right and when we went to Nash camp. We went to Nashville to learn songwriting, even though we had already written stuff. We went to a week-long songwriters camp, and it was all professional songwriters who had hit songs that we all know and love, teaching. And I learned a lot of stuff. I learned a word called prosody, which means to have the words and the music, to have the music sound like the words, to have the music explain the words. Somewhere over the rainbow, prosody. That's prosody. And I was
it also is. There's a you can catch the moment. You can catch lightning in a bottle, and it's good for that moment, and then it sort of doesn't necessarily work for any other moment than that.
Prosody?
I wrote a song.
You mean? What do you mean? The prosody thing?
Another heart broke in the night. Another heart broke in the night. Another heart of a songwriter down on his luck. You can't keep on living when the word is you suck.
So pack up the babies and
there
load
was
up the truck. And when you hit I-65, turn right.
That came out of
frustration.
There was a workshop, and there was a woman who was a producer who came in and said she doesn't want them to play their songs. She wants their CDs. And she took every CD, played it many CDs she played one verse, less than one verse. She said, no, this ain't going to work. No,
because Nashville has what's the word? A pattern. What's the word that Nashville songs, country songs, a script. What's the?
A script.
No, there's a certain formula.
A formula.
Of country songs, and there is a formula. I don't know what the hell it is because we don't have any of them that are ever.
But Dave Moxie knows what the
Dave Moxie knows what the formula is, and that's not what we do. We can't do that.
And a lot of people that came to that workshop did old country. They played old country, and old country was out.
Yeah, oh God.
And it was the new country, which isn't even country music anymore. It's like Eagles.
I know. She was poo-pooing so many good songs.
And so
it was so painful.
when we came back to the cafeteria, there's a guy walked in and said, "Let's face it, guys, we suck." Yeah. and it just broke the tension, and everybody laughed like crazy.
Yeah, and Larry wrote the song about
And I wrote this song,
novelty song.
and we played it at the Bluebird.
The Bluebird, yeah.
And Daddy died Sunday, Mom. I heard it in the mail. Sister's got the bad news that Bubba's in jail.
My life
My
is
life
a tragedy.
Gonna write it in
a country song.
Country song.
Yeah.
So I went down to Nashville for some songwriting school, and the people said the
Teachers
people
there said to me, "Who are you fooling?"
They said that I broke every
Songwriting's
songwriting
rule
rule
in the
book.
book. Who cares?
Yeah.
Another heartbroken tonight,
broken
yeah.
tonight. Another heartbroken tonight. Another heart of a songwriter down on his luck. You can't keep on living when the word is you suck. And when I did You Suck,
All of the all the songwriters, there were like 30 of us. We all yelled, "You suck."
They all yelled, "You suck," and it was cathartic. It was absolutely
because
cathartic.
it was so painful to have all these people who were pouring their heart out with the music that they had written, having this woman say, "No, no, no, no." She didn't say "you suck,"
and I think she was there.
She was there. She was there, and she was kind of tight-lipped. But everybody else got it. All the songwriters, which the Bluebird Cafe was full of songwriters, of course.
What is
and
You Suck?
We did, yeah. I did a sad song, and Larry did a happy
and
song.
load up the truck, and when you hit I-65, turn right.
Yeah.
Yet another heartbroken tonight.
But that's the only place that the point of that back to is that's the only place where I ever heard that there's a pattern or a formula to write songs is country music, and the pattern has changed, but there still is a kind of a pattern, which is interesting because AI, you can take AI and AI can write a country song in the pattern, and it might be a hit and make you thousands of bucks.
AI is all form
But
and no substance.
I know. This whole AI thing is a whole nother discussion for another time.
Yeah, that's another time. AI is all form and no substance. So
we
don't-
agreed without even agreeing that we would never use AI to write our music because we're old school and
It's form.
Patty, I'm glad you've enjoyed yourself. This is fun.
There's a thing in mathematics.
Night, Michelle.
That says,
Love to you guys.
There's a thing in mathematics that says the first thing you got to do is get rid of the
Template.
meaning and
yeah.
and translate everything
Rebecca,
into
you know
form
that.
so that you
works.
can manipulate the form.
Oh, Beverly. Bev, sorry, just woke up. Late afternoon. Oh, I hope that went well.
Bev, we've been talking about songwriting for the last 45 minutes.
We've been on here for 2.5 hours. We've been talking and we sang and we did our thing and ended it an hour ago. Yeah, a lot of after talk. Well, I think we'll probably let you guys go.
We're going to let you guys go.
And this was fun.
Yeah.
Fun to talk about this stuff. And we'll do it again. But thank you for being here. Thank you for all the support. Keep writing. Keep doing the next loving thing. And we'll be back next Tuesday.
Yep. And we're going to say goodbye.
Going to say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Love to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody. It's fun.
That was fun. That was.
Still got YouTube on.
Let me get rid of YouTube. And YouTube is going off. So see you, all YouTube guys.